Sadhguru's Teachings.
His wife, Parvati, using her tantric power, she made the shape of a baby and breathed life into it. And Shiva lands up from somewhere. With a flick of his sword, he took off the boy's head. He has to bring this boy back to life. So he looked around, the boneless limbs they had, and they spoke in a language which nobody could decipher. Because he got a head which was not human, he was supremely brilliant. So Manasarovar is significant because it is culturally significant, because whenever Shiva is a bit of a vagabond householder, he goes away. So his wife, Parvati, instead of staying in Kailash, she comes down here because that's all iced up. She comes down here, at least there's cold water. So she lives here largely. So more time was spent here than there, so many things happened here. One of the things that happened was Ganapati was born here. So he's not elephant-headed, he's Ganapati. Gana means the Ganas who were Shiva's companions. Generally, they are described as distorted and demented human beings, or beings, not human beings. They did not have human form, they had strange forms. And they had limbs which did not have bones, boneless limbs they had. And they spoke in a language which nobody could decipher. They spoke like cacophony. And they seemed to be always inebriated, or at least they behaved like that. So they were called Ganas, and they were the permanent companions of Shiva all the time with him. Others came and went, but they were always there. So, when one of these outings that Shiva went, he went away 12 years. There are many cultural and scientific reasons we gave for as to why he went away for 12 years, because largely whenever he went away for 12 years. So once he went away, and after 11, 12 years, he came back. Parvati sitting here on the banks of this lake. I want you to imagine, you're the just only woman sitting on the banks of Manasarovar lake, nothing here. She wants to have a baby. She's unable to have a baby because Shiva's seed is not human. So, it's clear that she cannot have a baby with him. But when she's alone, when she's with him, she's fine. When he's gone for long periods, her maternal instincts took over, she wants to have a baby. So one day, she smeared herself with sandal paste head to toe, waited for a period of time, then slowly peeled off all the sandal paste. When you do this, a certain amount of your skin or your cells will come away. Making use of this, using her tantric power, she made the shape of a baby and breathed life into it. A nice little boy came, and she was very happy in the company of this boy, and he grew up, just the two of them, nobody. And Shiva lands up from somewhere, nobody knows where he goes. Him and his friends land up, full, all inebriated and happy, come to see his wife. He's that kind. And Parvati wants to have bath. So she set up a small barrier and asked the boy to watch out, that nobody comes this way. So the boy took this duty as a he's very proud to guard his mother. So with a spear in his hand, he's walking up and down. He's looking for trouble. He wants to. Somebody should come now and he must fend them off. He desperately wants to do something for his mother. He's in that state. And Shiva and his friends landed up. So he wants to see his wife, he's coming that way. And the boy stopped him and questioned him, "Who are you?" She was, "You asking me who are you?" With a flick of his sword, he took off the boy's head and went to see Parvati. He was very happy to see his wife after 12 years. But the wife saw blood on his sword and she screamed. And he got the works. Then he doesn't know what to do. He thought after 12 years he'll get a great welcome. Here she is freaking on him. She said, "You have to bring him back to life." He said, "That's not possible, he's decapitated, he's finished. I don't care what has happened, I want him back to life." Now if he wants to have his wife, he has to bring this boy back to life. So he looked around. The Ganas, they were all there, kiki, 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 like this. So he looked around and the leader of the Ganas, he asked him, "What?" He said, "Okay." So he lopped off his head and put it on the boy's head. First head transplant. So now the boy had human body and a Gana's head, the two chief of the Gana's head, and he had a limb which was boneless limb. So he became a Ganapati, the chief of the Ganas. Somewhere down the line, artists from Sivakasi in Tamil Nadu, because they had never seen a Gana but the place was full of elephants, a boneless limb means they could not imagine beyond an elephant. So they slowly made that into an elephant. Whatever they do even today, everybody calls it only Ganapati, nobody calls him Gajapati, okay? Some people have started writing songs these days calling him Gajapati, but it doesn't stick. Ganesh, Ganapati is what sticks because he is Ganesh, he is Ganapati. He is the king or the leader or the chief of Ganas. Because he got a head which was not human, he was supremely brilliant. Because of this extreme sense of intelligence, he did not allow anything to be an obstacle in his life. Every obstacle in life can be cleared if you have the needed intelligence, isn't it? So this is what he proved. So we called him Vigneshwara, he removed all the vignas because his intelligence is of that level. If you do not know about writing his scriptures, he told Vyasa, "Your dictation should be non-stop. If you stop, I'm going to drop the pen and go away because I'll get bored with you." This is the level of intelligence. Ganesh Chaturthi means not to boost your belly, but to boost your brain, because he's known for his brain, not for his belly. But today, to our children we have made it clear, he's known for his big belly, not for his big brain. He was essentially known for his big brain. So, Ganesh Chaturthi should be about boosting the brain, not the belly, isn't it?
When should you end a romantic relationship?
Romance means that you're looking at the beautiful side of life. The imprint of that within you is much deeper than thought process. If such a thing is happening, you shouldn't make a deal. When I was to marry, the moment she saw me, she burst into tears and she had no other way. So I said, "Okay, this is it."
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. My name is Kshitij, and in this big jigsaw puzzle that we're navigating, a small part of it is our dating life and our relationships. And that's what we as a company help the youth, let's say from 18 to 35, 40 years of age, help them navigate through. And one of the big questions that comes up every time, and this is very true for our own personal relationships, is when should you end a romantic relationship or continue to work on it? Because when we've grown up, we've seen our parents, it's not a very…
So it's no more janam gone.
Exactly, no, not janam. Just this janam becomes so difficult But there's that part.
Monthly is it?
Monthly.
See, we are looking at everything with an expiry date for everything. That includes human relationships. See, there are various types of relationships. But today, you are in Mumbai and you're using the word relationship as Americans use it, that it has to be a body-based relationship. It need not be. We have a variety of relationships. We have business relationships, we have family relationships, we have friends, we have other kinds of relationships, isn't it? First of all, romance means that you're looking at the beautiful side of life, essentially. It's romantic to watch the sunset, because most people are watching this phone screen. Sunset also, they watch there only later in the night. So, essentially romance means you're looking at the beautiful aspect of life. So just because a man and woman are together, it doesn't mean there is romance happening. Because human relationships are still need-based. Physical needs, psychological needs, emotional needs, social needs, financial needs, variety of needs are there. To fulfill those needs, people come together. But this particular relationship, which you call as romantic relationship, a whole lot of time there is no romance there, just compulsions being fulfilled. There are compulsive things happening which needs to be addressed. So some people address their compulsions gracefully, some people address it in ugly ways, in graceless ways. Where your emotions are involved, where your body is involved, thought is different. See, with thought I can play with you right now, next moment I can withdraw. It's very agile. But once emotion and body place, the imprint of that within you is much deeper than thought process, isn't it so? Once that imprint has happened, if you go on because there is a dating app or whatever you call it, what do you call it? Dating app. So, because there is an app like you're looking up whether I go for Swiggy or Uber Eat or this or that, this restaurant, that restaurant, okay, order from all the 5 restaurants. People are doing this, all right? So, because there is an app for relationships, if you start doing that, it looks like you're very smart. Because on one app you're with this one, with another app you're with that one, with another app you're with that one. The 3 of them never meet, hopefully. The city is big enough and it need not be in the same city. See, technology is a tremendous tool. We must see how to enhance our lives with this, because that's the idea of technology. Why we came up with so many machines? See, suppose you were made like a tree, that is, you were rooted in one place. Would you have made or invented a bicycle? I'm asking you. No, because you already had mobility, you came up with higher level of mobility. Because of that, further, see where all we are going to getting into space, only because there is mobility. Because we can speak, we came up with a microphone. If we had no speech, would we ever come up with a microphone? Telephone? Because we can see, we came up with a microscope, telescope, all kinds of scopes. So essentially, every machine, every technology that we have done till now is only an extension of the faculties that we already have. So you're capable of, if you are in 60s, 70s, you could only fall in love with your neighborhood girl, whoever she was. Now you can fall in love with somebody who's 10,000 miles away. And with 10 different at every 1,000 miles. Because you're using my 30,000, so I'm getting back at you. So, there is a certain facility which is nice, because otherwise, your parents would search for somebody and say, this is the girl for you. Why? Because her stars are good, her father is good and whatever. why should I be telling you all this, but you know, when I was to marry, I just met this girl and I just know her pet name. I don't even really know her full name. And I decided this is it. Then I went and told my father. He said, who is her father? What does he do? Where are they? I said, I don't know what the hell he is. No, you don't know the father, you don't know the family, you don't know anything, how will you marry her? I said, see, I'm marrying only the girl, I have no intention of marrying the father. Just the girl. Well, I was never looking for anything in my life, I thought these things are not for me because I was too busy doing what I'm doing. The moment she saw me, she burst into tears and she had no other way. She just started following me wherever I went. So I said, okay, this is it. Any one of them, if they feel there's no way, then yes, but not everybody may come to that kind of thing, then you have to make a deal. Deals have to be managed. Love need not be managed. Deals have to be managed properly. So give and take. Only one-way transaction won't work. Hello? In anything, whether it's marriage or marketplace, both the parties must benefit, otherwise it's not going to work, isn't it? So if you just take this much, that once you really meet somebody and you feel, this is a good person for me and I like this and I'm drawn, without wanting to think about them, you're thinking about them. When you look at the textbook, their face appears, you look at the cinema, their face appears. If such a thing is happening, you shouldn't make a deal. You must surrender to that because the sweetness of emotion is the best thing that can happen to you. You can call it whatever you want. When you're emotionally feeling sweet, you have the best deal with life. Don't give that up for somebody who is little prettier or richer or stronger or this or that. You will be making an ass out of yourself.
Sadhguru's Teachings.
Navaratri is coming now. That means Navaratri literally means 9 nights. Why this Navaratri is, every month after the no moon day or the new moon day as it's called here, or the Amavasya, after that, days are counted. 9th day is called Navami, that means 9. 9th day it is. These 9 days are considered feminine. Out of the 28 days, 1.5 days or nearly 30 to 36 hours is a neutral time when the full moon is on. So 27 days are the days which are calculated in a certain way. 27 days or 27 is significant with reference to the solar cycle also. So 1/3 of it is called the feminine part of the month, the 9 days. The remaining 18 days are masculine in nature. So when the feminine is on, the Devi thing is on, so that is why in the tradition, up to Navami, all the worship is for the Devi. After that, things will change. Particularly in the tradition that comes from Kashmir, which is a very strong feminine worshipping culture, I'm talking about the past. Today if we say Kashmir, you think of terror, you think of militancy, you think of Islam, you think of extreme manifestations of many things. But this is all started about 7 centuries ago. Before that, and even after that, for quite some time, Kashmir was a very strong Devi process and very feminine-oriented practices, very powerful things were done. There are every Navami, that is every 9 days in this 12 months that is going on, they're dedicated to different Devis. The one that comes now, which is called the Dasara, or the Navaratri as it's largely celebrated, this is dedicated to Devi Sharada. This was considered most important because Sharada is the goddess of learning. So among the various things that a human being can do, this tradition held learning as the most important that a human being can. He can fight, he can win, he can conquer, he can run. But the most important thing that a human being can do is they can learn. That is the significant aspect of who we are. Other creatures can run faster than us, they're stronger than us, they can do many things that we cannot do, but they can't learn like us. So this Navaratri, which is coming now, end of September, or no, beginning of October, I think, is dedicated to Sharada Devi, the goddess of learning. Because this is unique to us. This is the pride of being human, that you can learn just about anything. If you're willing, you can learn. Even if they're willing, the other creatures cannot learn. So this is the most significant Navaratri dedicated to Sharada, and you must prepare learning something. If you are going there to pursue something, it is fine. But you are going there to make dollars and send it back, please don't waste your life like that. Unfortunately, one ingredient that is really weak in India right now is integrity. If you think you have integrity, please stay in India. We don't want one more to escape.
Sadhguru, I belong to land of 5 rivers, and now wherever I go there, for all the able people I see, everyone dreams of going to land of maple leaf right now, that we call it Canada. And when I interact with them, they have the one motive, we'll go there, we will earn in dollars and send back and adopt one of the village, build roads, all hospitals, schools. What is harm in it? Then I see soldiers, farmers, social activists, teachers who are working at grassroots level. So if I get opportunity, because in IIT we will get some good opportunity to go abroad and earn Canadian dollars or work here, and whatever we can contribute in the tax, that is quite minuscule as compared to the funding which we get from abroad. Which route should I take?
Oh. I'm not saying you should not go abroad. If you think you're going to learn something better there, acquire some more skills, then you can gather here. If there are possibilities, or even if you're going to work there, but don't think in terms of you'll earn dollars, then come back and build your village. That's a long shot. Actually, what we need in this country is not necessarily dollars. What we need in this country is a corruption-free, clear, focused and dedicated people. That's what we're missing. Money is there. We don't really need money from outside, really. It is just that we are constantly busy working against each other at so many levels, okay? Our energies are simply spent throwing things at each other all the time. If you don't understand what I'm saying, just turn on one of the English news channels and watch in the evening. How much energy is simply wasted, simply saying rubbish against each other endlessly.
And slowly we are losing all sense of civilization in this argument. We think we are debating. No, we are just shouting abuses at each other and think we are debating. A debate means to explore, to use two brains instead of one to explore something. That is a debate. Not simply throwing things at each other is not debate. We can as well throw stones at each other. Instead of hurling abuses, at least it'll end soon. So this is going on, immense waste of energy. No cleanliness. When I say no cleanliness, I mean, a whole lot of people are simply innocent of integrity. They're not corrupt, they're just innocent of integrity, they don't know what it is. Because we are a nation who are not controlled by any moral code. Nobody told us, thou shalt not do this or that. Nobody told us. But in this culture, we managed ourselves by constantly stirring up human consciousness in every generation. Well, you also come from the land of gurus, because the idea is to stir up human consciousness rather than give you a set of morals to follow. Because morals can be subverted by anybody. But when it arises within you, it's a natural expression of who you are. So, this has been the process. But over a period of time, because of invasions and occupations, this system of transmitting consciousness or invigorating human consciousness, those systems have largely collapsed. So this process of what shall I do? Should I go there and send dollars? If you are going there to pursue something, it is fine. If you think there is some form of skill or education or knowledge or even a profession which is not available here, you want to go there, it is fine. But you are going there to make dollars and send it back, please don't waste your life like that. There is so much to be done here. If you have integrity, why I'm focusing on integrity is, this has been a scarce thing. Whether it is politics or any profession, including spirituality, unfortunately, one ingredient that is really weak in India right now is integrity. If you think you have integrity, please stay in India. We don't want one more to escape.
I will say.
Sadhguru's Teachings.
You can create Panchagni like this in your own home and benefit from that. These six triangles represent the six chakras. You just burn this for 6 to 8 hours in the day and the Akashic element will become dominant. If there are sick people, growing children, old people, it will do wonders for them. Every human being like to have their own food and their own water, of course. If you hate somebody sitting next to you, you would like to have your own air. When you find everybody around you is not as fired up as you are towards your growth and ultimate possibility, then you want to have your own fire. You don't want to sit in common fires. A sadhu will never sit around fire with householders. He doesn't want to sit with them. He doesn't want to communicate on that level with people who are involved in the ways of the body. So he'll want his own fire.
He wants to communicate only with forces which are beyond him. Communicate does not mean speaking. He may be speaking to other people, but he doesn't want his energies to get mixed up with everybody. He does not want the subtler aspect of his being, subtler aspect of his presence and his existence to get mixed up with various others. Because when you sit around a fire, in some way you merge with each other. You don't want to… If you're working towards a certain quality, a sadhu who has attained a certain mastery over his life does not want to sit with anybody. He wants to have his own fire and sit with that because he wishes to communicate only with the divine, not with anybody else. So a personal dhuni. And these dhunis were done in so many ways. The basic dhuni comes in what's called as Panchagni. There are Panchagni sadhanas, Panchagni mantras, Panchagni kriyas. We can make you experiment with a small Panchagni in your home and see how you can transform your home. Let's say you want to create a meditation space in your home. Or let's say you have old people or children in the house, or somebody is sick, then just for regular general conduciveness also, you can do this. You use all the 5 elements to do this. You create… I'm not a great artist, but I'll try. So, you just draw 4 triangles, 2 upward-facing triangles, 2 downward-facing triangles. Let's say you spaced it out like 10 by 10, 10 feet by 10 feet, or 6 feet by 6 feet, or whatever the space you want to create, and a central 2 triangles intersecting so that it forms like an anahata star. You can draw this with flour, rice flour, or you can draw this with grains, let's say pulses, or just rice. You can just make an outline or you can fill it. The important thing is something that's earthy. You can even use fine red earth to do this. So, totally there are 6 triangles here. These 6 triangles represent the 6 chakras, because the 7th one is not something that you manipulate like this. It's the 6 chakras and the 5 elements and the 5 different fires. So you create a plate, preferably a copper plate or any metal plate, let's say, filled with water, and in that you keep a lamp, a ghee lamp or a vegetable oil lamp, preferably sesame oil. Sesame generates heat. In winters, in entire southern India, people are eating a lot of till or sesame seeds to generate heat in the body. It generates enormous amount of heat. So sesame oil or ghee or any other vegetable oil and 5 lamps with water body around it. You just burn this for 6 to 8 hours in the day. This area will gather a certain level of our aura and the Akashic element will become dominant. If there are sick people, growing children, old people, it will do wonders for them. Or if you want to meditate, you want to create a meditative space, it will work beautifully. You can just create this kind of space for yourself every day if you just have this burning for 6 to 8 hours, and then you can remove that and sit there. Or you can make it a permanent thing, you can put this on some kind of a sheet so that you can move it and put it back when you want to sit, or you can sit with it. there is no issue, you can just leave it as it is and sit with it. It could bring a lot of benefits because this is a way of managing the Panchagni system. If one wants to learn mantras and kriyas associated with that, it is possible, but that will involve a different level of involvement and attention. But this is something that everybody can do. So you can create Panchagni like this in your own home and benefit from that. Why is Sadhguru getting so ritualistic? He told us none of the rituals are not necessary, everything can be done within 100%. If you know how to turn inward and maintain this Sarvagni within you, which touches everything in the universe, none of those things are needed. Where you sit is the most conducive place. Your very presence will work 1,000,000 times better than all these arrangements. But if you don't have that, nothing wrong in using external support. If you're in such a condition that your way of being is not influenced by anything around you, then you don't need any ritual, nothing is needed. What's within will take care of everything. Nothing in the world will ever happen 100% your way. This 1% must happen your way. Your body and your brains cooperate best only when your experience of life is pleasant. This being the most complex chemical factory, we can teach you how to be a great manager of this factory so that you are always absolutely blissed out.
Hey Sadhguru, my question is, so many times in society you are often told what should make you happy, and in a way we are followers. I wanted to find out your opinion on what should make a person essentially happy. So, what is it, or what does it mean to be truly happy?
Namaskaram, KG. Sorry to tell you that my April trip to South Africa has been postponed, riding on the virus. So you know the situation. But about happiness, I was just telling them this is mango season in India and maybe in some parts of Africa also, but you can't compare Indian mango to anything. Well, now when we go near a mango tree, this is a time when all the young boys and girls are looking. Parrots are also here, we're all looking up for the mangoes. This is the direction we look, because that's where sweetness is. Suppose you go under the mango tree and start digging, is there any chance of you ever eating a mango, I'm asking? Is it possible? So what we need to understand is, human experience is caused from within us. No matter what, joy or misery, agony or ecstasy, pain or pleasure, is caused from within us. But we are trying to fix the world so that we are happy. Say, we thought we are fixing it, just a silly virus. Our whole lives go into an upheaval. So right now, all our programs cancelled and much financial loss all over the place because we booked major event spaces, and so much has been done, volunteers have worked everywhere. Now it's just up in the air, we cannot even say when we will do it. This is the time to get into depression. Because everybody says if things don't happen the way you think they should happen, you must be miserable. Nothing in the world will ever happen 100% your way. This 1% must happen your way, 100%. If this one happened 100% your way, would you keep yourself blissful or miserable? That's all the question is. I know what's your choice. You're asking this question because, as you said, people say, this will make you happy, that will make you happy, fix this, fix that, fix everything. Still it will not happen because you're trying to dig mangoes from the roots. That's not where it comes. It comes up there. So what is within you, if you search for it outside, it's going to be an endless search. This is why we are talking about inner engineering. You fix this one. Being joyful is a chore. Rest of the life we have to do to the best of our ability. No two human beings can do outside life to the same extent. It's never possible. No two human beings can ever do it the same way when it comes to the world. But if you're joyful, you will do your best. That's all that matters. In this life, are you doing your best in every possible way? You can only do that if you are happy and joyful by your own nature. If your happiness depends upon what is happening around you, whether you get a wicket or not, you were just about to play Australia, is it? Got cancelled, huh? Oh, they're playing India? Now I can't even wish you luck. Now, you can bowl and play the game to your best only when your physical body and your intelligence cooperates with you. It doesn't take any scientific understanding. If you make a sensible evaluation of yourself, you can clearly see that your body and your brains cooperate best only when your experience of life is pleasant, which is what you're calling as happiness. Happiness is not some quantity, it's just that you're feeling very pleasant, so you say, I'm happy. Your pleasantness should be determined by what's happening within you, not by what's happening around you. This is not difficult to fix. You see people who are miserable, or so many different ways. All kinds of people who can't laugh, who can't sing, who can't dance, who can't do nothing sensible, they have a drink and suddenly… So I'm saying chemistry can change one's experience. This being the most complex chemical factory, we can teach you how to be a great manager of this factory so that you're always absolutely blissed out. Now your body and brains will function at your best, depending upon what sort of work you're doing, how much success you find, depends who you're playing the game with. Now you're playing with India, cancelled, but if you did, then whichever way you bowl, some of them hit it out of the boundary. The boys have become like that these days. There was a time, in 5 days, if once the ball crossed the boundary, without pitching, I mean, if it's a 6, oh, the whole country celebrated. Now in 5 minutes, if there is no 6, everybody is getting frustrated, what's happening here? So things have changed, bowlers get battered, but at the same time, because they're trying to go so fast, bowlers also have a good time because the pace is so high. So your happiness should not depend on how many Indian batsmen get out. I don't like that. Your happiness should be that you're just happy, because of that, you are doing the best possible bowling that you can do. KG, all the best for you. Oh, it's a dangerous thing, talking to a South African player now.